All right, guys, welcome back for week two. I didn't really want to do this video this week, but it's back by popular demand. So we're going to really shorten it down as much as we can. So we're just going to go over the matchups from last week, preview next week, and the power rankings, and that will be it. So I'll just start with my matchup. It was disgusting. It was really not much else to say. Every single player on my team underperformed. Every single player on Matt's team overperformed, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Next up is Jeffrey and Charlie. I don't know which one of you guys is going over it.
Jeff and Charlie. Well, Charlie's team shut the bed. I think that's why he made that monstrosity of a trade with Junger. But I mean, last week Charlie lost, and I said that his team was and this week his team lost. So I mean, Jeff's team comes back from a disappointing loss last week to winning this week. His team looks solid. It's going to be high in the rankings, and that's about it. Kelsey's good. Lockett's a stud. His running back situation is a little scary right now, but it's going to pan out eventually. And Mike Williams is one of the steals of the draft and basically in the whole season. So, yeah, that's that matchup.
You're not going to comment on how Gronk was on his bench for 2 weeks straight.
I mean, I don't know if I'd have the balls to sit Kittle for Gronk. So,
Okay.
Would you?
No.
Exactly. So, okay. Jason, you're up.
Okay, next we got Bishop Sycamore versus AJ. Josh Allen is kind of trash this year. I don't think he's broken 20 yet. That's kind of bad for the second overall quarterback and what should be a consistent at least 20 to 25. Running backs are kind of – Dalvin Cook's good, but Fournette as a raw RB2 is kind of bad. Everyone else is kind of good. Jarvis Landry's on the IR, so that's a tough blow. Probably going to have to start Juju, which doesn't usually go well because he's bad and Ben's bad. But, yeah. And then for Bishop Sycamore, yeah, Lamar kind of went off last night, 32 points. Chubb and Carson's a great RB duo. Diggs and Cooper, great wide receiver duo. Didn't Cooks get hurt?
No, there was the quarterback did, so now Cooks Valley is kind of shot. I think it's David Mills as the quarterback for
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and Tyrod's out for a couple.
Yeah. And then sitting McKissick, who took all of Gibson's points this week. That's tough.
Yeah.
But still 140 points with McKissick putting up 20 is pretty good.
Yeah. Next up is I don't really know who runs this team, if it's Sam or his roommate. But so this was him and Adam's matchup. Adam's team bounced back from a bit of a stinker last week after getting the number one spot in the preseason power rankings, but he definitely bounced back big because Aaron Rodgers was a big part of that. After he had, I think, like 2 points in week one, had a really nice game last night. McCaffrey, I get convinced more and more every week that he's the best player in the NFL. Melvin Gordon, I think he had a good week one, but he did not do that well.
Javonte's going to take the spot soon.
But Adam was a really good receiver duo with AJ Brown and DJ Moore. I really like that duo, even if Brown didn't have a great week. Andrews only had like 5 last week, but he had a decent game this time. Adam actually went for Melvin Gordon over James Robinson, which didn't really make a difference, but I just thought that was an interesting move. But Devin Singletary and Marquise Brown also had big weeks on his bench, so realistically, Adam could have had like 170 points this week if he made all the right moves, but it didn't really matter. Sam, yeah, you're good. Your running backs are ass, as I predicted they would be, even though they had a good week one. Tannehill, I actually believed in Tannehill going into the year, but he didn't have a good week. Receivers are really good, though, so I'll give you that. Other than that, Brandon Ayuk is turning out to be the worst pick of the draft. Obviously, Kyle Shanahan isn't a big fan of his, as everyone thought he would be. We'll move on.
All right. So,
Jason, I know. No, hold on. I know Jason's dying to talk about this matchup.
I thought we were going in order, but okay.
Yeah, well, Jason, I know wants to talk about those.
Yeah, I mean, your game is next, so that kind of works out. But yeah, so I lost by 0.04 on a kick by Greg the Leg. That was tough, especially when Kyler put up 33 back-to-back weeks. Until like a half hour before game time, I had Kenyon Drake in the lineup, and then I put Javonte Williams in because he was supposed to go off against the Jags, and I lost because of that. Debo again, another great week. McManus with 13 is pretty good. I got a lot of hate for reaching on Kyler and my wide receiver room being extremely overrated. But I think they're turning out to be pretty good.
Who gave you that hate?
No, I don't know. I don't know who that was, but yeah, James, as far as his team goes, his RB's kind of trash. But Tom Brady throwing for 5 touchdowns and a couple 100 yards. I mean, that was a killer for me. But yeah, Godwin's always a consistent 15 plus. Waller gets about 45 targets a game. So yeah, James has a good team, but losing on a walk-off kickoff by 0.04 is kind of tough. Both of our benches went off to mid-70s.
So that was probably, I'd say that was like the matchup of the week, I guess, before my matchup. I don't know. It could go either way. I mean, I put up the third. Actually, Matt would have beat me. So I would have beat everyone else besides Matt and Danny. But so my team went off. Basically, Derrick Henry just dicked down the Seattle Seahawks defense. And so I was losing basically the whole like week until Henry went off. Started off hot with McLaurin, but I mean, Danny's team just kind of played well as a unit, while as mine kind of just only like a couple people like performed. But I went into the Monday night game with a 6-point lead. He had Hawk, I had Tunyon, and it kind of went back and forth the whole night. And then I think it was the second to last drive. Hawkinson caught like 3 like really short passes, which like this is PPR, so just like 3.2 or something. That put him over the edge, and then I lost by 1.18. So I mean, it was nice to see that my team like was kind of competitive, but I mean, is what it is. Danny's team performed really well as just a unit. So that's that. I suck.
I mean, you're also your bench. I don't know if you want to talk about
that. Oh
yeah,
my bench. I think my bench would have beat Junger's starting lineup. My bench put up 120, and Junger's roster, which contains more people than a bench, I didn't even have a quarterback on bench. I think it would have beaten by like 50. So, and I would have beat Charlie. Oh wow, Charlie's team did just as bad as Junger's. Interesting. All right, want to move on to predictions for week 3?
Sure.
Damn, Charlie's team did really bad too. I didn't notice that.
So I'll kick it off. Mine and Jeff. If this thing would get off my screen. Mine and Jeff's game, both of us are 1-1, but Jeff is obviously coming in as the hotter team, with my team putting up an all-time low last week. If Jacobs plays, I think I have a chance in this game. If he doesn't, I am not confident in. I'm not even sure who I would put in. Probably Damian Williams. Definitely not confident in that. But other than that, I think this game's going to come down to the wide receiver battle and the tight end battle, because obviously we both have probably the 1 and 2 tight ends in the league, unless you want to count Walker in that. But Jefferson and Corey Davis, if they outscore Lockett and Williams, I'm pretty confident that I win. But if Lockett and Williams outscore them, then I'm pretty sure Jeff will win. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Make your prediction. Who do you think's gonna win?
I'm gonna say that Jeff wins this game, just because I'm not confident that Jacobs is gonna play. And if that happens, there's obviously no shot I win.
All right, I'll hop into my matchup with.
Hold on, wait. Do you guys want to give your predictions for this game?
Oh, sure.
I think Jeff's gonna win.
Yeah, I could see Jeff just doing that. So that's a clean sweep on Jeff's end.
Mm-hmm.
So we can hop into Sam and my matchup. I'm projected to win, but as we know, ESPN projections mean absolute shit. I think our running back situation, I think he has that. I think his wide receiver situation is if Deontay plays, I can see my receivers kind of just like potentially like outscoring his just because Johnson's just a PPR like monster and Julio's been kind of he was all right last week. And Adams and McLaurin, I could see that going either way. Tight end could be either way. Tunyon's favored a little more. And then flex, we'll see who we're playing. Wilson is much better than Tannehill this season. He's been playing really well. So I think it could be like pretty close, but I think it's going to come down to the running backs. We'll see what Clyde does. If Mixon and Swift play like they did in week 1, this could be a wash. And like Sam could just wash my team. And yeah, so I'm going to go with Sam beating me by just a little.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Jake in this game.
Yeah, I think you're gonna win, Jake. I don't think Sam's gonna win.
I think your running backs are gonna have it. I mean, Henry's obviously amazing, but I think Edwards-Helaire will have like his one good week of the year. So
I mean, he played 2 really good run defenses, so that's like he got the ball obviously, and that was like I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean,
I'm gonna predict though. Jason, what matchup are we in?
Right middle. Nope. Yeah. All right. So our game is me and Adam. We're projected 50-50. Obviously, I'm gonna win. I think my team's gonna put up another 140 this week. Kyler's got a great matchup against the Jags.
oh my god.
Yeah, he's gonna kill the Jags. Debo's got a great matchup against the Packers secondary, which they kind of blow. CeeDee Lamb against the Eagles, they don't have a defense. Zeke should also run all over them, but who knows? He wasn't that great the last couple weeks. But other than McCaffrey against Houston, which he's gonna murder them, I think all of my guys have the better matchup, so I should probably win by 20 points. I don't know. Could be a little biased, but
I think if Jason plays, I mean, obviously Adam has to switch his lineup around a little, I think. But if Jason makes the right decision between Drake and Williams, like playing that out as the week goes on, I think he will win.
I'm not sure who to pick yet because I'm assuming Adam's going to put in Robinson for Gordon because I think playing Gordon against the Jets wouldn't be a good play because we actually have a good run defense. And I mean, yeah, Jacksonville's probably going to be down this entire game, but I mean, they were down the entire game, every game last year, and Robinson still got a lot of his carries and touches.
Yeah,
so.
He'll get incorporated into the passing game, so we'll see.
Yeah, so if Darrell Henderson doesn't play, I mean, he still has Singletary to put in, but that would definitely hurt. But I'm going to go with Adam to win this game, actually.
All right. Jason, you have to go.
So we have Charlie and AJ.
yeah, I'm gonna hop off.
I'll see you.
There you go.
Yeah, roommates. Bye, Jason. The roommates, Charlie and AJ. So both of them really need a win to try and turn around their seasons. Charlie has 52% win probability right now. That depends on if Odell plays, which I think he's supposed to. But it is his first game coming back off a major injury. But I'm going to go that he does win this matchup just because I believe in his running backs a little bit more than I believe in AJ's running backs. And I don't know who AJ's putting in at the flex right now. Probably going to be Juju.
So I really like the core 5 on Charlie's team, like going into the season. I love all those players a lot. So, I mean, looking into the matchups, it looks like they kind of do have some tough matchups. And I think that if Deontay Johnson misses some time, Juju's going to kind of come that role, and he's going to get those short little dump off passes, and he could put up a couple of good weeks while Johnson's out. So if that goes in, if Johnson isn't playing and Juju goes in for him and like in AJ's lineup, I can see AJ winning. But if Johnson does play and Juju is in his lineup, I can see Charlie winning. So
last matchup is 2 very, very high-powered teams right now. I'm not going to spoil the power rankings, but they are.
Right now, there's 2 more. There's 2 more. It's James and Dan.
Oh,
too.
I'm sorry. You're right. But these are two top 5 teams in the power rankings this week. I don't think that should be a surprise to anyone. Just from the brief look, I'm not sure if Cooper is supposed to play.
I think he will.
But he's hopeful. So not sure about that one, but I'm actually going to go with Dean to win this game and be the I would think the only 3-0 team unless there's someone else. I don't think there is.
I think. I mean, we just saw what Rodgers did to Detroit's defense. I mean, there's also kind of Aaron Jones that did everything, but I think Matt's going to take this one. I think Hopkins is going to have a big game against Jacksonville. I think Kupp's going to repeat what he's been doing against Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay is known for their defense, but recently they've been letting up a lot of points. So I think Matt's going to take this one.
Okay. I'm going to go Dean, but
all right.
Last one, Danny and James, the other 2-0 versus 2-0 matchup. Obviously, both coming off big weeks, but Danny outscored almost everyone. He was 0.8 off of Matt's top score of last week. I'm going to go with James to win this matchup, actually. We're still waiting for Saquon to break out, but I think Sutton against the Jets is going to be a massacre. I think they don't have anyone to guard him. Waller against Miami should be a good matchup. And I know some of these matchups aren't the best for James, but I just have a feeling he's going to win this week.
I just played Danny's team. I saw how it can do on its peak, and I'm going to choose him to win this one. I don't know what they're doing with Myles Gaskin right now. Maybe they'll let him get the ball more. I don't think he's gotten double-digit carries in the past 2 weeks. Yeah, he's got 9 and 5. Don't know what he's doing right now. He's definitely not playing like an RB2. So, I mean, that's a little concerning, but maybe that 2 is out. They'll feed him the ball. I mean, we'll see what happens. Saquon, we're waiting for the burst. Maybe it could happen against Atlanta. But besides that, Brady's playing against Rams defense, and he also has Godwin there. I just think Danny's team is going to win again. I think that there's a lot of good components on it. They'll probably beat James's poor running back duo, but James's team is still very good. Don't take anything away from Godwin, Ridley, and Waller, and Brady's doing crazy things at 44. So, but I do think Danny's going to win. All right. Want to say the power rankings?
Yeah.
Start at 12.
What did you say?
You want to start at 12?
Yeah. 12, going to be Charlie. You have the least amount of points in the league. There's much else to say other than that. Number 11 is AJ. Number 10 is me. Number 9 is Sam. Number 8 is Jake. Number 7 is James. Number 6 is Jeff. Number 5 is Danny. Number 4 is Adam. Number 3 is Jason. Number 2 is Dean. And number 1 is Matt. So that was the week 2 recap / week 3 preview. Hopefully I have a better week next week and I'll be more excited to do this video next week. But good luck to everyone this week.